This podcast was generated and released by Izotropic and may contain forward-looking statements. View this disclaimer at izocorp.com/disclaimer. IzoView is not yet approved or cleared for sale.
Welcome back to the Izotropic Podcast for episode number 2, AI and the Future of Breast Imaging, How Izotropic is Leading the Innovation.
If you're just joining us, welcome. And if you listened to episode 1, it's great to have you back.
In our first episode, Beyond the Mammogram, we introduced Izotropic Corporation and IzoView, the breakthrough breast CT imaging system that's changing how we think about breast cancer screening, especially for women with dense breast tissue.
We talked about the gaps in current screening methods, why compression-based mammography and even 3D mammography, or DBT, still miss cancers, and how IzoView bridges that gap with true three-dimensional imaging. No compression, just 10 seconds, and remarkable clarity.
Today we're taking that conversation deeper, because IzoView isn't just about better hardware, it's about smarter imaging. And part of that intelligence comes from artificial intelligence.
That's right. Episode 2 is all about AI and breast imaging, how it's being used, where it's falling short, and how Izotropic is using it the right way to create both clinical value and investment value.
So whether you're a current shareholder, a potential investor, or just someone interested in the future of medical technology, this episode is going to show you why Izotropic's AI strategy matters and why it's a game changer.
Let's dive in.
The company has announced 2 AI-based innovations for IzoView Breast CT, a trade secret machine learning algorithm that works on image quality, and a very important patent for computer-aided diagnosis, or CADX, that will be implemented downstream after the device launches via software upgrade.
Right. Now, the AI algorithm that's being implemented now works on reducing CT image noise while maintaining the device's low radiation doses, which we know are comparable to 2-view mammography. It's all about that balance between clarity and safety. It's a huge step forward because it's not constrained by the other existing methods that are out there that make denoising unrealistic in a real-world clinical setting.
Yeah, and it's not just any AI. It's been trained on 15 years of specialized breast CT data. That means it's completely tailored for this kind of imaging, not a repurposed general model.
Exactly. And Izotropic's protecting it as a trade secret versus a patent, like we've seen for other IzoView-based innovations, which gives them long-term protection. It'd be really tough and expensive for another company to replicate that level of domain-specific training.
Exactly. But to understand why IzoView's AI is an innovation and how it works, you have to understand what CT image noise is, and then look at the other AI methods that have come before it. All CT imaging, including breast CT, naturally shows some image noise, often perceived as a grain-like texture in reconstructed images. When radiation dose is reduced, as CT systems are designed to do for patient safety, that noise tends to be more noticeable, which underscores the built-in trade-off between image quality and radiation exposure. In practice, clinicians and manufacturers balance these factors to achieve diagnostically useful images at the lowest reasonable dose, recognizing that a degree of image noise is an inherent characteristic of CT.
So noise can affect image clarity in a situation where clinicians need the clearest images they can get for diagnostic confidence. But while higher radiation means less image noise, it means higher dose to the patient.
Exactly. So the first existing AI denoising method that's used is called model-based iterative reconstruction. It performs repeated calculations on images during the reconstruction phase. It's been around for a while, but it's incredibly slow. We're talking minutes to reconstruct just one image. And since breast CT scans can produce up to 500 images per scan, that's simply not practical for a busy clinic.
And even when it works, it demands a lot of computing power and can often produce overly smooth images. That smoothing can hide the very subtle details radiologists need to make an accurate diagnosis. So it's too slow and can overcorrect.
Then you've got the second method, called deep machine learning reconstruction. These models have their own issues. To make them work, they require lots of data to train them. Pairs of images taken both with high doses of radiation and low doses of radiation, which is just unrealistic to do, and might not be ethical to the patient by increasing their radiation exposure.
There have been versions of these models developed that rely on just one single low-dose scan instead of the paired training data. but they don't perform well in breast CT because the noise in breast CT images is more correlated, patterned in ways that can mislead the algorithms. So they struggle to preserve fine anatomical detail and may oversmooth or blur important structures that are needed for diagnosis.
So here's where IzoView's approach really stands out. Instead of cleaning up the image after it's been reconstructed, like model-based iterative reconstruction and deep machine learning reconstruction do, their AI works earlier in the process, directly on the raw X-ray data before reconstruction.
That's a big deal. We're talking shortened processing times, preservation of natural image texture, and getting that noise reduction without blurring important structures. It's an elegant approach that's actually realistic for the fast-paced clinical screening and diagnostic setting that's faster and more efficient than the existing methods.
And speaking of diagnostics, let's talk about how IzoView is launching its first clinical application, its indication for use.
The indication for use is contrast-enhanced breast cancer screening, adjunctive to digital breast tomosynthesis for asymptomatic patients with dense breast tissue. That's approximately 50% of women who have dense breasts, and a group that often needs more detailed imaging because mammographic compression-based can be less effective for them.
That's a key target group. Dense breast tissue can mask tumors on that compression-based imaging. So having a true 3D imaging option like this that uses low-dose CT with breakthrough AI image optimization is a real step forward.
And there's another strategic advantage here: intellectual property. Izotropic has developed IzoView, the commercial breast CT model, with the exclusive global rights for breast CT technology from the regents of the University of California, where the technology itself was founded. And you can read more about that on the company's website. That license includes the only U.S. patent for computer-aided diagnosis, specifically for breast CT.
Let's break that down. CADX is software that helps radiologists interpret images by analyzing them and estimating the likelihood that something is malignant. It's like having a second set of AI-powered eyes reviewing the scan.
Right. And CADX has been developed for mammography, for DBT, for ultrasound, but Izotropic now holds the exclusive rights to this technology for breast CT. That's a market of one. And importantly, this isn't something that's launching with IzoView right away. The plan is to integrate CADX as a post-market feature, available as a software upgrade after the device is already in clinical use.
Which is smart from a commercialization standpoint. You get the device into the market first, establish clinical adoption, and then offer CADX as an upgrade. Early adopters might even get it as an incentive.
And from an investor perspective, this is a future revenue stream. Software upgrades, subscription models, AI-driven features. These are high-margin opportunities that can scale without the cost of manufacturing physical hardware.
Yeah, and together, those two AI components, the reconstruction algorithm and the CADX, make up a powerful 1-2 punch. The reconstruction algorithm to deliver the image clarity, and CADX will add intelligent decision support on top.
What I find impressive is how comprehensive the whole strategy is. It's not just about having a better image. It's about the entire workflow, from data capture to diagnosis. And since it's all built for breast CT from the ground up, it sets a new standard for image quality and radiation safety in this field.
It's definitely raising the bar. Between the specialized dataset, the collaboration with major research institutions, and the strong IP protection, Izotropic is well-positioned to lead in this niche but critical area of women's health imaging.
And that's what makes this so exciting. It's a focused innovation that could make a real difference for both radiologists and patients.
Well said. I think we'll be hearing a lot more about IzoView as it moves into commercialization and starts showing up in clinical settings.
Agreed. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into IzoView and Izotropic's AI breakthroughs.
If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to follow the show for more conversations about how AI is transforming medical imaging.
Until next time, take care and stay curious.